Just imagine if you could quit your job tomorrow and spend all your time doing exactly what you want, when you want, with no one telling you what to do ever again. Maybe you choose to relax by a beach or build a business that changes the world. Honestly, when you have true freedom, it's entirely up to you how you spend your time. But how do you get true freedom? It's not just about having a lot of money, it's about how you make that money. So today, let's discuss side hustles that have the potential to make you a millionaire. We'll be running through what each one is, how to do it, and ranking them according to their $1 million potential by saying if they're low, mid, or high tier. So side hustle idea number 1 is becoming a social media manager. Using social media is a skill that a lot of millennials and Gen Zs overlook. After all, it seems like everyone can use it. However, the older generations really struggle, and many business owners still haven't woken up to the online world, and that's where you can step in as a social media manager by helping a company unlock its online potential. In addition to this, many influencers are really pushed for time, so your services are very valuable to them too. Once you position your offer like this, you'll be able to charge much higher prices. It's all about switching your mindset. You aren't just handling their social media, you're giving back their time. A great way to stand out amongst the competition is to create bespoke marketing strategies for each client. The aim is to make your clients feel special, which then creates strong long-term loyalty, which keeps them coming back again and again. But how likely is this side hustle to make me a millionaire? Well, all the side hustles in this video have the potential to make you a millionaire. However, some are more scalable than others due to a mixture of factors like demand, time, and money. There's definitely a high demand for social media managers, as it's no secret that influencers are more popular than ever and brands are rushing to work with them. It's also something you can start with very little money, because if you're able to watch this video, then you probably already have a smartphone. The only issue is that it's heavily reliant on your time, meaning that there's a cap on the number of clients that you can take on all by yourself, which would really hold you back from scaling without hiring additional staff. So we're going to put this one in the bottom tier. For you to earn millions from this side hustle, you'll need to become very good at what you do and then be good at training and leading a team. But you can actually extend this to eventually becoming a social media agency, acting as the middleman between influencers and brands, which would be a much more scalable business. So you can keep that in mind too. Side hustle idea number 2 is becoming a high ticket salesperson, and the beauty of this side hustle is that you only have to become good at one skill, selling. And we believe that almost anyone can learn how to sell effectively if they put the time and effort in. Sales isn't seen as the most glamorous side hustle in the world, as many people think of those slimy used car salesmen. However, those are just the bad ones. The good ones make the process enjoyable for their customers. To be honest, if you master sales, then you'll be able to make good money no matter what the economy is doing, as companies will always need your help to shift their products. Salespeople are always the last ones to get fired because they're that essential. The best way to get started is to approach different businesses that sell high value physical or digital products and offer to sell their products in return for a commission. This means that they have little to no risk, because if you don't sell anything, they don't have to pay you. But on the other hand, this gives you an almost unlimited upside potential, as the more you sell, the more you earn. You're then being paid based on your performance rather than your time, which is far more scalable. And the best bit of advice we can give you is to listen more than you talk. The customer usually gives you all the information that you need to close a deal. All you have to do is put yourself in their shoes and provide them with the best product for their needs. We're going to put this in the mid tier, as you don't need money to get started, you're paid on performance, and the demand is extremely high. The only reason it's not making it into the top tier is because you have to deal with a lot of rejection, which is one of the hardest things in the world, and this means that a lot of people will give up before they even get started. Side hustle number 3 is being an online coach. The education system is broken, with more people than ever turning to the internet for affordable training, from business coaches to personal trainers. If you know something valuable, then you can now monetize your knowledge like never before. University is in the business of making debt slaves. They get you trapped paying back your loan for years. That's why we believe that the internet is a great alternative option. This can be sold online in a variety of different ways, such as ebooks, consultations, Zoom calls, memberships, and even, dare we say it, online courses. Of course, there are good and bad online teachers, and not everyone is in it for the right reasons. However, if someone is promising to teach an actual skill, then there's not an issue with it. Many online coaches use the funnel to sell their products, which is a very effective tool. A funnel, simply put, is your customer journey. Your aim should be to convert them from people that have never seen you before into huge fans of what you do. I'm going to put this in the top tier as it's highly scalable, relatively passive, and the demand is through the roof due to the failure of our current education system. Side hustle idea number 4 is starting an e-commerce store. Imagine waking up and seeing that you've made 100 sales overnight. Let me tell you, it's the best feeling in the world. E-commerce is basically a shop, but online. This can be done in so many ways, like selling on third-party platforms like eBay or Amazon, or even creating your very own store using tools like Shopify and WordPress. When it comes to e-commerce, it's all about picking your niche. We see a lot of people creating stores selling any old rubbish, but the issue is that it doesn't create a very good experience for your customers. So ask yourself, what are you interested in? It could be gaming items, toys, garden accessories, or just about anything these days. We always say as long as there's a demand, there's money to be made. Now that social media is becoming so popular, you can achieve some real scale. People are becoming multi-millionaires left, right, and center from selling products online. And as I mentioned previously, there's no better feeling than waking up to hundreds of orders. I'm going to place this side hustle in the top tier. The pandemic has accelerated the online shopping wave, and I think it's here to stay as people are spending more than ever. As long as you have the right products at the right price, there's sweet profit to be made. Side hustle idea number 5 is becoming an influencer. Never in human history has it been easier to have your voice heard by the world by simply switching on your phone, talking to the camera, and in the process making millions. Influencers also have something that TV can't replicate, which is human connection. This is where the term influencer comes from, as this connection is very powerful if used correctly. We're even now seeing huge businesses being built off the back of YouTube success, like Mr. Beast Burgers and the Prime Energy Drink by KSI and Logan Paul, which are actually 3 of my favorite YouTubers. A study actually recently found that more kids now dream of being professional YouTubers rather than astronauts. That's a crazy statistic, and you'd probably think that this means that competition is high. However, out of the people that actually start a YouTube channel, only a few really understand the algorithm. It's all about putting your audience first and providing them with valuable content without asking for much in return. It gives back to them, and it's basically free money for you. So we're going to put this one in the top tier, as we believe that no matter your age or interest, you can find a way to make money on social media. It might be hard to get started and find your niche, but after a few months of posting high quality content consistently, there is nothing really stopping you from making millions. So it's clear that a side hustle is the key to your success. However, it's equally as important to think about the long-term potential of the one that you pick. The worst thing you can do is trap yourself into a second job. The aim of this is to give you freedom, so if it's not something that you're enjoying, then there's no shame in quitting and trying something new. So that's it for today's video, but be sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn your notifications on so that you can be the first to know when we have more amazing content that will spark the millionaire in you. We'll see you soon.